I'm Josh Sisk, Executive Director, and I know that every time I talk about these animals, I always say I'm about ready to show you my favorite animal. Well, it is true, every animal is my favorite animal, but this time I'm being serious. This is one of my favorite, or if one of my most favorite animals. They're extremely rare, they're majestic, they're a species that a lot of people don't even know exist. I am talking about no other than the Sichuan Takin. These guys are amazing. They look like something that you'd see maybe walking around in the Ice Age, just such a unique look. They're not a goat, they're not a sheep, they're part of their own genus, very resilient. We've had births here at the zoo in the middle of a snowstorm, and you would think that it was 70 degrees outside. It does not affect them at all. They come from high altitudes of the Himalayas in China, so very cold climates, rocky slopes of the mountains. I'm going to introduce you to the zookeepers that care for them, show you a little bit of the care and the training that goes into taking care of them. I hope that you guys enjoy them as much as I do. Let's go take a look. So tell us a little bit, what are you about to do here?
All right, so every day the Takin, in order to clean their exhibit, we have to shift them into this holding area. So what we have here is what we call a chute, and it actually allows us to do training. So we'll get each Takin in here individually, so you can kind of see some training that we do.
Okay, great. Let's let them in.
All right. Oh, you're coming first? All right, Mulan, come on. You gotta come in though. That actually works better. Oh, good Lord, you guys, seriously. Guys.
So the goal here, Erin, is to only have one in the chute, correct?
Yeah. The problem is Elu's right here, so Patty doesn't want to go out. Mulan, you poor thing. Patty, get over here. Come here, let your mom put her foot down. Let your mom put her foot down. There we go. She's like, I really want them because I like applesauce, but I'm also angry with life. All right, we'll do your kid. All right, Patty. You ready? So the basic thing we do first is usually target. Can you target? I use my fist a lot. There we go. And that kind of helps us position them. So if they know to follow that, that's how it's kind of the start of other behaviors also. So the other thing we're doing with them a lot is just getting them used to us touching them. So that'll help us with other behaviors like ultrasounds, injection training, anything like that. Hey, kiddo. Can you target? Good girl. Touch. There you go. Good girl. So like this would be shoulder, and that's a spot where I could do an injection. So I've started working on them with injection right now. I'm just using a capped needle just to get them comfortable with it and so that syringe isn't scary. You touch, you poke. Good girl. Good girl. And then the other thing I want to work with them on is hooves. Right now their hooves look really good, but these guys, they're from a really mountainous region in China, so their hooves grow really fast because in the wild they would, they'd be grinding them down really often. So these guys usually need hoof trims. So the sooner we can get them comfortable with that and the more that we can do while they're awake, it means less knockdowns. So right now I've kind of got two ways to do it. I can either get them to come up. He come up. And then you gonna do it today? No. You come up. Okay, so she's not going to do that today. The other thing I'm working on is these two bricks here. If they'll step up on those, then I can actually trim a little bit easier. But we have just started. I started this like a week ago, so it's really new. So she doesn't really know what she's doing yet. So it's more luck, and then I'm just catching it. You're done, aren't you? Good girl. There we go. All right, so this is Emmy. This is our younger calf from this year. You can see she had a bit of a horn issue, so she's got a shorter horn. She actually just turned a year old 2 days ago. So we're kind of doing the same thing with her as we did with Patty. These guys are very comfortable with us. We start working with them almost immediately after they're born, just so that we're not scary. So they're very playful with us, and I think they just see us as new other playmates. You ready? Can you target? Good girl. You want to come up? She's actually my one that likes to climb more. You got to choose the hard way, huh? There you go. Good girl. So then I just touch their hooves, get them used to us messing with them. Good girl. All right, you can come down. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. So these girls are really good about it. So that's what I call front foot. We use these bricks. So when she's stepping on there, her hooves are kind of off the edge here. So if she's got overhangs, I can trim them easier than if she's flat on the ground. So once she is used to the brick and knows what it means when I tell her to do front foot, I'll make the brick, I'll get a smaller one to replace it with, and then it just makes it easier to trim. There you go, target, and then touch. Good girl. Good girl. And I just kind of get them used to us touching them everywhere. If they ever have wounds or if there's something, they've got really thick fur. So if we can kind of get hands on them a little bit easier, then if anything's wrong, we'll hopefully find it quickly. I know. Plus down the line, we'll hopefully do ultrasound training with these guys. So them being used to us touching their bellies and hips and stuff is really good also. So, yeah. All right, so this is Elu. So she is the younger of our moms. She actually was born here she just turned 4 last month. So she's Emmy's mom. All right, so she knows exactly what I want her to do already. All right, can you target? Good girl. Can you do shoulder? So these guys actually, it's a little bit different. They know shoulder and hip, which means that they need to lean in and push up against us. And that's the start to an injection behavior. Can you do hip? And then poke. Yeah, that wasn't a great one. All right, shoulder. Oh, stop. Nope. Shoulder. Good girl. Good girl. And then she also, we've done some ultrasound training with her. So I'll just have her come in. No, you're fine. You come in. Can I touch your belly? Good girl. So I just get her used to us touching down here. Good girl. She's a little worse with her hooves. We're still trying to work on it, but she will come up. And I'm just working on getting her comfortable with us touching. Can I touch? Good girl. Good girl. Let's see. And then she's also still just nose touch. All right, there you go, miss. Good girl.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. How amazing was that, just to see the relationship that these animals have with their keepers. Erin, I want to thank Erin. She's letting the Takin out onto the enclosure right now as we speak. You know, these guys can be a little unpredictable. They can be known to be an aggressive animal. So for the keepers to be able to build this trust with these guys, be able to work with them to do hand injections for any kind of medications they may need, to be able to do hoof trims, to look at their hooves, just shows the level of dedication that the keepers have for these animals and the work that zoos are doing across the country. So again, I want to thank Erin. Thanks to all of you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.